We live for adventures. More specifically, we live for bow hunting adventures. Seeing new places, exploring new lands, meeting new people, and making new memories. This trip is one we are particularly excited about as we get to chase turkeys in a new part of our home state.
We are super excited to be out here in western Nebraska. Mike and I made the trip today. We got our tent set up back here behind us, and we already got some scouting in, saw some elk, mule deer, and turkeys this evening. So we got everything set up on our bow and ready to go for the morning. So this is my first pure Merriam turkey hunt. I can't wait. It's gonna be a blast. There we go. I have fire. One of these?
Sure. Well, first morning in Nebraska here. I did some scouting early this morning. Just did a little hiking and glassed up in all the trees I thought they might be roosting in. Covered probably a mile or so, mile and a half, and just saw one hen. So I think the plan is going to be get back in the truck and drive down to another spot that we heard some turkeys gobbling in last night.
Just slip over this and glass it a little bit and maybe see something. It's always a good sign.
That worked perfect.
Right off the bat, we hear 3 gobbles down in the valley below. We quickly get closer to investigate.
How many is there? I just see 4. Well done, sir. I have no idea. They're going up. God, they're pretty, ain't they? The 2 are working up the hill.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever seen such a beautiful tom from so far away. Look at that head.
Heading down, loop around, get in front.
You come in that right draw and then come up to that cut.
Yeah. Let's go.
Good eye.
My first elk antler, Nebraska elk antler. Looks really old. Let's go check it out. Sweet. That's awesome, dude.
That's so cool.
Look at that. How cool is that? Pretty chalky, but first Nebraska elk shed.
Good find, dude. Let's go kill some turkeys.
Let's go.
What do you see? I can't see them, but I think they're still on that other side. I wish I knew how deep that draw was. It's fairly deep. Because if it's deep enough where they're not going to cross, we should just get around it and get set up. I think we should. You think we should try that? I think it'd be a little better. I don't think it'd hurt if we went a little bit further south.
No. As long as we have cover.
We just got set up here. We moved spots from our camping spot this morning, and we come across the hill and we saw 3 toms and 3 hens, all big birds, big strutters. And they're kind of walking this funnel, this ridge coming right up, and there's basically a canyon behind us, so we're thinking they're not going to cross. And this is the edge of the canyon right here, so they're more than likely going to come across right here in front of us. But as you can see, we got the decoy right there in that gap. They're set up in the shade, so we're in about a perfect position. They
Shortly after packing out Josh's bird, we hear the remaining 2 toms gobble in another section of the valley.
They've got to be in here somewhere. We heard them gobble about an hour ago, right down in here somewhere.
We crow called and yelped at these turkeys multiple times without hearing a response. Until suddenly, just as we were about to leave, a tom gobbles only 80 yards away.
What do you think? Where should we go? I don't know. I didn't mind that spot if they're gonna come up the road because I was in the shade. It's the only spot in the shade. Get over there in that shade. By that shade. Should I use this? Yes. Yeah. Did you see him?
Dude, they were like 18 yards.
It was closer than that.
Was it?
Yes.
They were right.
What happened? Did they see me?
Dude, I bet they're 50, 60 yards.
Did they see me?
No, they didn't like the decoy.
Really?
Yeah. The hen saw it, came outside and turned around, went back over. And the 2 toms came over half strap and then saw the decoy, let down, kind of came a little bit around and then went back through the trees. I don't think they liked the decoy. The one kind of didn't like the situation, kind of went back, but that other one was coming in. And I thought he'd at least come out in the road a little bit and give me a shot, but he tucked right up against those trees and then went right back over. But I
After that close call, we decided to pack up camp and explore a new area just a mile away.
I think that's bigger than mine.
Jesus. We made it to the spot we had marked on the map. There were 2 gobblers down here and then one up on top. We don't see him anymore, but we hear a bunch of gobbling and yelping over the top of this hill, so we're gonna book it over there, try to get on them so we know exactly where they're roosting tonight. Well, we made it over here. The turkeys are still gobbling. They're just over the hill, and they're gobbling a bunch. They're flying up right now. We got a pretty good pinpoint of where they're at, so we're gonna come in here early in the morning, just see where they fly down and kind of make a move from there.
It was a 6-point, broke off that last one. That's awesome. Shed number 3 for the trip.
Another dandy.
Yeah,
On the way back to camp.
on the way back to camp. We just got over to this spot this morning. We heard a gobble over this direction. Just kind of glassing here, and we saw a hen and 1 tom. They're kind of working our direction right now, so we're just gonna wait it out. We might try to slip down in the bottom and get in front of them. We could just go down and get set up in the very bottom right now.
I think we do that. Because
Yeah.
they're both working down towards the bottom. They're going to get there eventually.
Yep, for sure.
Let's just get down there and get set up so we don't spook them.
Gotta be careful because there might be turkeys over here, so.
Yeah.
We quickly spotted Tom and some hens down in the creek bottom below.
To get to this opening soon, we better get down. We're gonna have to go like way around, because I don't think we can call them back that way. They're going up the creek or up the creek, just slowly. They were just standing there when I saw them. Let's go up this, around the back side of this hill here. Then just get way down and just set up and wait. I think eventually something will walk through that bottom.
Cut some down, get back in there.
That'll work.
We made it about 500 yards down from where we saw those turkeys. We made this really awesome blind back here, cut a ton of cedar trees and built up a wall here so I can draw back, and there's a nice opening for my shooting lane, and kind of tucked back in here really good, so I don't think they're going to spot us at all. Spot looks like a really good midday hangout area, and there's some tracks down there in mud, so I think we're just going to sit it out and wait a while. Probably here in about 10 minutes we'll give them some yelps and see if those turkeys are still down there, and maybe they'll come in. But looks awesome. I'm excited.
He might be up on top. I think he might be. I'm just gonna shut up. Yeah, just don't. He might come down. Josh just called, and we had a tom respond like probably 100, 120 yards away. decision. That bird came right in just like we wanted him to. And he was so beautiful in the decoys, I just held off for a little bit. I wanted to watch him in the decoys. I had a broadside shot, but I just wanted to watch him for a little bit. And then when I did go to shoot, I just barely grazed the top of his back. And then he ended up running off, and I didn't get another shot. So, pro tip, shoot them when you can, because they might not stick around very long. But we've got another bird gobbling just down the creek here, so we're thinking he might come in. He's gobbling a lot.
Let's rewind a little bit. We spent 30 minutes making this awesome ground blind in the cedar trees. The tom only took an hour to come in. We had all 5 cameras filming, but I made a few crucial mistakes that led to the outcome of this hunt. I want everyone to learn from my mistakes, and if you're wanting to improve your bow hunting, listen closely. First off, if I really wanted to shoot this turkey, I could have taken the broadside shot when I had the opportunity. However, I rarely get to see Merriam'S turkeys, so I took this opportunity to look at this tom and the decoys for longer than I should have if I wanted a shot. This cost me big time. Second, when I did finally shoot, I took a poor shot. I've never shot a turkey in the head before with a bow, and I thought this might be a good opportunity. Nope, not with my broadheads. I was shooting a mechanical broadhead, not what you want for a headshot. And finally, the most disappointing and humbling error of all. When I took my shot, I pulled the trigger on my release. Bad. For proper pinpoint accuracy and shot execution, the release needs to be activated by back tension in the back muscles. However, as you'll see in this clip, I pulled that release with my index finger so hard, it actually pulled my shot off of the turkey's head, and that's why I missed him. Even with an index finger release such as the one I was using, it's extremely important to use back tension and pull slowly through the shot for proper shot execution. I ripped this shot off so bad that it actually threw my arrow off course, even at 17 yards. That's how important back tension is, even with an index finger release. Although I've practiced back tension with this specific release hundreds and hundreds of times at close and long ranges, I still failed on this shot. Harvesting a tom turkey with a bow is extremely difficult, and if one little thing goes wrong, the whole hunt can be busted. On this hunt, I made 3 crucial mistakes that led to the outcome of this hunt. I never want this to happen again, so in the future, I'm going to explore different releases such as the resistance release to give me a cleaner shot execution and keep myself more humble with my shots. Now, back to the hunting.
Well, it's about noon now. We haven't heard any gobbles in probably 2 hours, so we're going to do some hiking, do some glassing, try to locate some birds.
A quick crow call resulted in some gobbles down in a deep draw below. We moved in and got set up. After about an hour of patiently waiting, a little bit of yelping, and showing the turkeys a heads-up decoy fan, the 5 hens and 2 toms started coming our direction.
I was watching him, but right when he got here, like he turned around and went back and turned around, went back and turned around, went back, and then finally came up. Like that Tom was 20 yards on the other side of this tree. It was around forever. I thought he was gonna come up behind us. Yeah. I'm surprised they did what they did, honestly.
It was a close call. Came through running and just didn't have a shot, but we'll try again and hopefully get him next time.
We tried our best to harvest another tom for the remaining day and a half of our hunt, with no success. Although I wasn't able to seal the deal on a Merriam'S tom, this trip was amazing in so many ways. Josh killed his first ever Merriam'S, we found 3 cool elk sheds, got to explore some of the most amazing country out there, met some awesome people, and made some unforgettable memories. We even learned a lot along the way. Through bow hunting, we have been able to experience the most amazing adventures. If you're like us and love exploring new places, we encourage you to take the leap and go live an adventurous life. You won't regret it.
It's a little windy tonight.
Yeah, I hope she holds.
I hope she holds too.
We made it out just in the nick of time.